Okay, moving on to our last speaker for this session. We have now Michelle Hoskins. She's come from all the way from United Kingdom, and she's the founder director Standards International. Okay, Michelle founded this firm, Standards International, in 2006, with the aim of raising the professionalism of financial advisors within the marketplace. Standards International is proud to be the UK's first dedicated UKAS accredited certification body to specialize in the assessment of ISO 22222, the international professional standard for personal financial planners. Michelle is currently working with the British Standards Institute on the development of the world's first standard for financial planning and advisory firms. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for Michelle Hoskins?
Hello, everybody. Greetings from the UK, and it's much colder in the UK than it is in India today. So I'm glad I'm here and not in the snow. So thank you for inviting me. I mean, is everyone having a good day so far? Yeah, everyone energized? Enthusiastic? Yes. Excited about the job you do, yes? Yes. Very good, very good. My topic, as you can see, is better by design. And when Sadiq asked me to do a presentation today, and he obviously explained that the title of the presentation was Raising the Bar and Being the Best. It's a topic that is so close to my heart, it was something that I had to do. I had to come all this way and do a very short presentation and a little masterclass tomorrow and share with you what I believe is the way to make 2015 your absolute best year ever. Now, who thinks so far, to date, that you've had the best year you've ever had ever in the past? Or do you think there's more in you, more potential to have the best year? Who thinks there's more in you? More potential? Yes. Yeah, of course there is. Because we can be better, we can be best. Now, I've only got a short time, and I'm doing a masterclass tomorrow, and I would love to see as many of you there as possible. So my presentation's broken into two halves. Today, for now, I want to talk about you. Because I believe that in order for you to have the best year ever, to have the most amazing business, you have to look a little bit closer to home. Now, as financial advisors and planners, you spend all of your time focusing on your clients. We know we should put clients first. I, in my own business, try to always put my clients first. But there is a reason that when you get on an aeroplane and over the tannoy it says, you must put your oxygen mask on before helping anybody else. Because in truth, unless you do take care of yourself, you're no good to anybody else. So I want you to ask yourself, and my session today is going to be very thought-provoking. I'm going to fire a lot of questions at you, but I want you to keep a really open mind. So just think, you've arrived today, you're in this room, and like me probably a little while ago, you almost wake up one morning and wonder how you've got here. You kind of know how you've got here, but was it by design or was it by accident? Now, we're all different ages. We've all got different futures ahead of us. But one thing I want to introduce you to is a concept that I created called the future you. Because imagine, I want you to pick a date or an age in the future that you can basically be anybody you want to be. You can design a future based on the future you want to have. Without restriction, without worry, with total freedom. Think about that age or that date in the future where you will sit there and say, I made it. Because isn't that what you do for your clients every single day? You talk about their future. But whoever focuses on you and talks about yours? Very rarely does this happen. And I've seen it over 15 years, the best financial planners and advisors in the world, not just in the UK, they all do one thing first. They take care of themselves before they take care of anyone else. So let's have a look at the future you. Well, first of all, we've heard a little bit about it today. I think we need to have passion for what we do. I was once asked at a seminar, Michelle, what makes you feel like you've been shot out of a rocket every morning, as opposed to being shot by a rocket, right? We have to ask ourselves this question. And some of you may know Bhupinder Anand. He's he's a financial architect and advisor in the UK. And I picked this up off of his Facebook page. Why be ordinary when with passion and belief you can stand out from the rest and be extraordinary? Now, I am known as the wow girl in the UK. I talk about wow. Wow in ourselves, wow in our families, and wow in our clients. And we've all had experiences in life generally where we have been wowed ourselves, whether it be in a hotel or in a nice restaurant or in a nice shop. Think about those moments where you have been wowed, and just save them for me for one moment. We need to have passion in what we do, and we need to have passion for why we do it. We've all got a story. We need to share our story, the story of why we came into financial services with our clients. We need to get passion back into our lives. Now, I think in order to kind of go forward, you have to come back. So I've designed the 5 R's. We need to rewind and look back over what we have done that's got us here. Are we happy with where we are? Are we as successful as we thought we were going to be today, being this age? Have we got as many clients as we wanted? The family life we expected? Is our life as we expected it to be? Those financial planners who are the top of their game across the world don't do anything by accident. Everything is planned and everything is on purpose. We need to rethink about the future we want, both in our business and in our lives. We need to redesign it. It's better by design. Why just shoot from the hip productions and let's hope that something will happen and we'll arrive at the place we should? We can't leave anything to chance. Those that dominate don't leave anything to chance. We need to recreate our future. The best thing about the future is it hasn't happened yet. The even better thing about the future is that when it does, it will happen one day at a time. We can be fully in control of our families, and our clients' future. And we must never forget that. And we need to reignite. We need to reconnect with ourselves, get that passion back so that we can move forward to achieve our future you. Now, change is not easy, and there is no absolute coincidence that contained within the word challenge is the word change. Challenge and change go hand in hand for both ourselves and our clients. So let's take a look. So imagine, everybody got a date in their mind, a date in the future. Everyone got one, yes? An age, a date, whatever it be, when your children are grown up and you're finally child-free, whatever that date is, I want you to write it down or remember it. Write it down, okay? Have a think about how you are going to be physically on the eve of that date. How slim are you? How fit are you? Can you play cricket with your children and your grandchildren without getting out of puff? Can you walk up the stairs, eat with ease? How's your waist size, your neck size? How's your diet? How do you feel physically on the eve of that date? There's many advisors. Remember, we have to remember, our clients look up to us. They look up to each and every single one of you. They are inspired. They are led by you. If you're out of shape, unfit, flagging, that's not going to look good to your clients. You are a role model to your clients, and they want to aspire to be elements of who you are. So think about your physical appearance, your physical fitness on the eve of that date. What about your mental state? Are you calm? Do you give yourself time to think? Or is it a little bit chaotic? Lisa was right earlier when she said, we need time, we need space, we need to be refreshed. We need to have thinking time. It was chaotic when we was out in Mumbai yesterday. Almost just to give yourself some thinking time. Our subconscious is the most powerful part of our brain, obviously. I heard a fact earlier on YouTube as I was looking, and it said that our subconscious can actually remember every vehicle registration that we see in a day. But we don't connect with our subconscious mind. What frame of mind are you in? Are you calm, or are you rushed and a little bit manic? Think about your frame of mind on the eve of that date. Think about you professionally, from a reputation perspective. How are you known amongst your professional peers, within your industry, within your local community? The reason I'm focusing on you is because you can't have an amazing business and provide an amazing service to clients if you don't focus on you just for a little while. So think about your professional reputation. What are you doing for your local community? What are you known as? And what do people say about you when you're not there? I always was encouraged years ago to actually write my funeral speech, which is a very interesting concept for a 20-year-old. But I actually wrote it, and it was probably one of the most amazing things that I ever did, because I wrote down what I wanted somebody to say about me when I wasn't here anymore. And that was kind of my legacy. That was what I wanted people to be saying. How do you want yourself to be in the future on the eve of that date? Relationships. Life produces too much life. We wake up one day at the age we are, and we realize that we have people in our lives, and we have no idea how they've got here. And actually, we have no idea what they're doing here. Sometimes they don't add anything, and all they do is take from us. We just surround ourselves with too many people. I did an exercise, and I would encourage you to do the same. Both personally and professionally, you can have them on the same list. Try and come up with as many people's names as you can who literally, for life or death, you would be with them. You wouldn't want your life without them. When I did it, I had 7 names on my list. 7. I have 1 million friends on Twitter and 1 million friends on Facebook, but 7 people. I would encourage you all to think about the relationships that you have. For example, my brother has had a little baby called Olivia. She's now only 2 months old, but I want to have a relationship with Olivia. So I've added her to my list. We don't have enough time for things, so think about those people in your life on the eve of that date that you want to have proper, high-quality, great relationships with, and start nurturing those relationships now. Anybody else, you need to get rid of them or shrink down the amount of time that you spend with them. It's a very liberating exercise to do. Think about your free time. Financial advisors are renowned for giving up on their hobbies, their skills, their free time with their families, their free time with their friends. They give themselves 100% and wholeheartedly to their clients. I've seen it every year for 15 years. So many of my clients have given up on learning the guitar, playing cricket, playing football, because there's no time. What do you want to be doing in your free time on the eve of that date? And make sure you're doing it now. Take care of yourself. If you want to learn a new skill, take on a new sport, play more cricket. I understand Indians are quite interested in cricket. Play more cricket. How are we doing in cricket, actually? Are we not very good at cricket? I don't follow cricket. Are the UK good at cricket or not? Oh, okay. All right then. I've never played cricket, but I used to do the teas in the afternoon when it was halfway through. Anyway, long story. But think about what you want to do in your free time. Are you having enough free time? Book in your holidays, your vacation days, your days off in your diary before you put in client time. You need to give yourselves time to rejuvenate. We need to take care of you before you take care of your clients. Think about your environment, where you work, where you live. Are you happy in your environment? There was an amazing picture on Facebook a while ago, and I'm going to only actually after I'd submitted these slides, and it was a picture of a big tree. And it said, if you don't like where you live, move, you're not a tree. Which actually is a very true thing. Now, we, again, look at how we want our lives to be in the future. Are we living now where we want to be living in the future? If not, maybe there's some changes to be made. Financially, we're in the finance business. A question, who here are financial planners? Consider themselves as financial planners? Hands up. A few of you. I did a poll with a colleague in a conference in the UK, and we asked the audience, how many financial planners have a financial plan? And probably 50% of the audience kind of kept their hands up. And then the question was asked, out of those financial planners that have a financial plan, how many of you had somebody else do it for you? Good, a few of you. It's great to go through that experience, but look at yourselves. Have you got your financial affairs in order? If you haven't, how can you Promote that to your clients. Think about yourself in the future. How much money do you want to earn? How much money do you want to have? How financially secure and sound do you want to be on the eve of that date? Think about yourselves financially. Skills and competencies. What new skills do you want to acquire before the eve of that date? It might be a new business skill. It might be a new personal skill. But don't neglect growing. Don't neglect growth. And again, you're not just financial advisors. You're probably managers. You're coaches. You're mentors in the work you do every day. So make sure that you are learning in each of those areas so that you are the best you can possibly be. Every day you need to promise me and promise yourselves that you will be the best possible version of yourselves every single day. There's no point if you're not going to do that. Coming to work with your batteries in, fully charged, is the only way to approach your day. Anything less, you might as well not show up. Fully charged, achieving your full potential. And finally, think about from a charity perspective or in a spiritual perspective. Are you giving back enough? Are you making time to give back to those that are less fortunate than yourselves? Those that need your help? Those that need time? The reason all of these areas are important is because I've seen through my own eyes over the years, all of these things have slowly been neglected by some of the best in our profession globally. And they've had a wake-up call. They've said, hang on, how can I be an amazing planner, an amazing financial advisor if I'm not taking care of myself? And I want you to look at yourselves. Because for many of you, you are your business. Who works by themselves, solely by themselves, with maybe some small support, a few of you? So everybody else works in bigger teams, yes? Okay. So you are so entwined to your businesses that it's really important that we separate. So we focused on the you, and now let's focus on your business. So in order to make 2015 your absolute best year ever, you have to set yourself some goals. You have to start with the end in mind. You cannot bumble your way through your professional journey hoping that you will make it where you want it to be. Set some goals for your business. I've set goals for my business. I have a vision for 2020. One of my targets is to have engaged with 25% of the UK financial services marketplace. Now that's a lot. But as a team and as an individual, I am driven and targeted to achieve that end goal. Think about your goals. What targets have you set for yourself and for your business? If you don't set goals, and try and make sure that they're not just monetary either. We can be very focused in financial services on monetary goals. Think about qualitative goals. To give you a few ideas might be, I want to be engaging with 100% of my ideal type of client. I want to have transitioned my business into life planning. I want to be embracing full financial planning by 2020 or whatever date you want to set for your own business. But set some goals. Start with the end in mind. It's a cliche statement, but it's so powerful when you can visualize where you are going. What are the rules of the game? What are your service standards that you are setting for your business? Create an internal code of conduct. Create processes and procedures that allow you to knit in your magic, the thing that you do so well, that as your business grows, little bits of all that magic get diluted because the people in your business will not and cannot do it the way you do it. We have 200 operational procedures in my business. And in every single one of them, there's a bit of Michelle magic knitted into every single step. I never have to worry that something will be missed, that somebody will do something in the way that I don't want it done. So think about, what are the rules of the game? What behaviors are you willing to accept from your clients and from your team and from yourself? We're in a business where we are often thankful for clients, and I appreciate that our clients are what make our worlds go round. However, clients break the rules. They make you do things that make you change your processes. They break the rules, which means that you are then late to get home for dinner. They break the rules or they cancel appointments. There are certain behaviors that I want you to put your foot down and say, I will not tolerate such behaviors. It's a partnership. It's a partnership with your team and with your clients. So what are the rules of the game? Set them, agree them, and communicate them. Think about you. What do you want to achieve in your professional journey? Set some targets for yourself, not just for your business. Keep your focus. Now, I'll give you an example. In my business, we're going to set the target of 25% of the UK financial services marketplace we will engage with. Every single member of my team, within their own personal performance objectives, they are linked directly into that big objective. So there's no point in me setting my Helen as an objective to make sure the stationery cupboard is stocked up. That's not going to change the world or help us engage with 25% of the market. So everybody's performance objectives need to be linked directly into those of the business. Everybody must be singing the same tune off the same hymn sheet. Think about what targets you've set for you and your team. Think about your team. Think about relationships with your team. Who has people work for them? Work with them. How much do those people that you work with know how much you appreciate them? Do they? Really, really, really? How often do you say thank you? How often do you show your appreciation? How often do you take them out for dinner? How often do you show your appreciation? Engage with your team. They need to be fully bought into what you are doing as a business, as an individual. I've had an email this morning only from an advisor in the UK who was actually originally from India, and he said to me, good luck in India, but when you get back, I need your help. The team have not bought in to where we're going. You cannot get anywhere you need to be without your team, even if it's one person that works with you. There is no I in team. And I would suggest that from tomorrow, you ban the words my and I. They do not exist. It's we, our, and us. Ban the words my and I. You'll never hear those words even spoken in my business. It's our business, our team, our projects, our clients. Protect your diary and your workspace. It takes, on average, up to 25 minutes to recover from one single interruption. So you imagine, when you get to the end of a day, and you sit there and say, I actually have no idea what I have done today. That's because your Facebook's been pinging, Twitter's been pinging, emails have been coming in, the phone has been ringing. You need to protect your space with an inch of your life. Batch your activities together. Try and see clients all on the same days, rather than having them spread over the week. It's not about just good time management. It's about time effectiveness. It's a state of mind. When you're seeing clients, you're in a state of mind. When you're working on administration, working with your team, preparing reports, you need to be in a different frame of mind. So think about your frames of mind. Batch your activities together. How many of you travel to client appointments? Mainly, is that mainly the common thing? Or how many of you have clients come to you in the office? It's about equal. Okay. Those of you that travel to client appointments, sometimes there is need to do that. But actually, sometimes it's better for you to have clients come to you. But not because you don't want to travel, because they need time out from their lives. They need time out from their business to think, give themselves some space. Protect your time. Don't waste time. Question every single thing you do and say, am I best using my time when you're doing this thing? And I promise you, there'll be sometimes you'll answer, well, no. I don't actually need to go and see that client. I can have this meeting over Skype. Think about how you're using your time and protect it. What do we all want more of? Time. And what's the one thing we cannot get is more time. So protect the little time that we have. A few books to read. These are great books. Loads of advisors in the UK read them. Simon Sinek start with why we need to educate ourselves, and not just in the financial services marketplace. Necessary Endings is by Dr. Henry Cloud, another great book and very popular within the UK financial services marketplace. And finally, Traction. This is a great book of how to run a great business. Read them in that order, though, not the other way around, in that order. We need to think about educating not just ourselves, but the people that work within our businesses. If we're going to have the best year ever, we must be at the top of our game. And not just ourselves, but everybody in our business. Together we are much stronger. And with knowledge comes power, and with power comes passion, and with passion comes profit. It works in that order. Think about your service you're offering. Now, we've gone through a massive retail change in the UK. It's been called the Retail Distribution Review. And every advisor in the UK has been riding the tidal wave. And that tidal wave is going to be absolutely riding its way across the world. It's already happened in Australia. The UK had it. The States, Canada, it's going to come global. And what the advisors in the UK have had to do is focus on the service they are giving, the value of advice, as opposed to selling something to clients. So I want you to imagine that you're starting your job in your business from scratch tomorrow. I want you to draw a marker in the sand and imagine that you are going to design your perfect client journey from scratch. How would you deliver your service to your clients if you had absolute autonomy over that process? What would it look like? When would you engage with a client? Would you give a phone call after the first meeting? Would you follow up with a letter after you've spoke to a client? Would you engage by email, by letter? Would you meet them at the office? I want you to design your service from the very first engagement right through to the end of when your first piece of advice or planning has been implemented. Walk your client and walk yourself through a journey. That journey needs designing. But imagine that you have no clients and you're starting your business from scratch. Because if I said to you, and I've seen this happen, tell me how you'd like to serve your clients. What you would do is you would have all your clients in your mind, and you'd almost talk yourself out of doing certain steps in a client journey because certain clients might not like it. I want you to imagine that you can do any and deliver any type of service that you want. 2015 is about making it your best year, and absolutely we've got to go for it by having an amazing wow service to deliver to clients. Then you take a step back and you say, well, if this is the service that I want to deliver, what type of clients would love to receive that service? Now there's a saying, and a few advisors in the UK say this, I will serve anything that breathes. If it has a pulse and it fogs a mirror, I will serve them. Now that might not be right for you. Who do you love to work with? What types of clients do you love to work with? What's the common themes between those clients, the common characteristics? Think about niching in an area where you can target and attract your ideal type of client that loves you and you love them. There is a mutual feeling of respect and trust. It will make business and doing business so much easier, I promise it will. But there'll be common themes in your most favorite clients. Marketing. We've touched on social media today. I'll show you a slide which is quite interesting. I picked this up on Twitter, so nothing new, but it's very interesting. It's the top one that I want to pick out on. It's no longer about finding your customers, your clients. It's about being found by them. Sadiq, for example, found me. I didn't find him because I put myself out there with communication that was so specific to my niche market, which are you each and every single one of you is my niche market. And here I am. That worked. I am living proof that it worked. I didn't find Sadiq, Sadiq found me. So just think about where you put yourselves to be found by your ideal type of clients. Where do they go on holiday? Where do they live? What magazines do they read? What do they do in their free time? Do they own businesses? What are the characteristics? And where can I be found by my ideal type of client? Those are the most successful firms are doing everything I'm telling you to do right here. They're doing their business by design. How do you communicate with your clients? Clients will never say they hear from you too much. We want to be engaging. We want to be engaged. In a world where it's all about news feeds and Twitter feeds and YouTube videos, we actually want to feel like we are part of something. Do your clients feel they are part of your world? Best question to ask them is, how would you like us to communicate with you? How frequently would you like us to communicate with you? You can actually tailor communication very specifically to your clients. It doesn't have to be a one-size-fits-all approach. Ask your clients what's the best method to communicate with them, by email, by telephone, by letter. Ask them and communicate with them in a way that suits them, not what suits you. We like to be engaged. We like to feel loved. It's the magic that makes the world go round. If you ever feel like that, ever, whatever you're doing is not working. If you ever feel like that, or wake up in the morning and go, oh gosh, I've got to go to work today, or oh gosh, that pile of paperwork on my desk, something's not working. Something will force you to change, but I want you to take change as a choice. Think about how you can make improvements, and remember what I said, it won't be easy, it's challenging. That's why your purpose, why you get out of bed every morning, that thing that makes you feel like you've been shot out of a rocket, has to be greater than any pain you go through to have an amazing business and make this year your best year ever. Finally, you all go to conferences. This is an amazing conference. I've been to many across the world. I think they've done a great job. There'll be lots of ideas that you take away, tips, tricks, things that you can go back and implement in your business. But what you don't want to be doing is going back and just letting loose on the business, chopping and changing the things that you're already doing because you've had a new idea. My suggestion is create a log of all your ideas and work through them as you work through your business year. Engage with your team. Go back and say, there was this great idea at Network FP. What do we think about it? Do we think it's valuable? Do we think that we can implement this? Do we think it's going to make a difference? Remember, there's no such word as I and my. How can we implement? So keep a log of all those amazing ideas and tips that you take away from today. So what next? So tomorrow is the masterclass. We're going to be talking about the 10 principles of WOW, breaking down each and every single one of your businesses into 10 key areas. I've run this exercise. It's going to be very interactive with worksheets. We're going to have some fun doing it. But before you leave, and as you're going out the door, I've got a little gift for you. And what I've got for you is every single one of you, a little pile of WOW cards. Now, we all love to wow, and we all love to be wowed. So these cards, take them away, and the next time somebody wows you, that really astounds you with their service, with their hospitality, write on the back why they have wowed you, and give them the WOW card. It's amazing how service differs from country to country. I've been served so well and so nicely being in India. And in other countries that I go to, I am wowed. I was wowed at dinner last night when Lisa and I had dinner. I had the most amazing lobster, and I had this little white thing on my little plate that the guy tipped water on, and it kind of expanded. And I was like, what is that? He said, it's a cloth for your face. I was like, wow. I'm so easily pleased, right? But it was a wow moment. They don't have to be grand gestures. Think about how you wow, and think about when you are wow. But please take some cards and use them in your businesses and in your life. If you need help, I'm around for the rest of the day. I'm around tomorrow. I have some copies. I only have a few copies of my book. They're 500 rupees. I'm doing a special rate for Sadiq. I'll sign them, so if I ever get famous, you can sell them on eBay. Thank you very much.
Wow. What a powerful talk that was. Indeed. So friends, are you ready to make 2015 your year, the best year, you know? Take up one idea and just be the best at it, you know? So can I thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful, powerful talk. May I now invite Mr. Mohsin Bijipuri to please come and hand over a token of appreciation to Michelle. Mohsin? Mr. Sanjay Ladda, can you please come join us? Yeah. Thank you so much, Michelle, once again. Thank you so much. Yeah. Friends, please fill the feedback form. That's very important. Sadiq, over to you. So this is the close of the, I think, penultimate session.
Friends, can we have a round of applause for Gajendra Kothari for being a great anchor for all of us? Thank you so much, Gajendra. All right, so how's the day? You still have energy left? Okay, in that case, picture abhi baki hai mere dost. Okay, so we have a great evening coming up. Stay tuned. We have lined up 8 successful financial advisors who have achieved AUM of more than 100 crores by following a client-first philosophy. So they are going to share their secrets in 10 minutes each. So it's going to be super fast. You need to be very active. So for that, what we are going to do now is take a break. We have refreshments outside, a refreshing mocktail and starters. Please fill your stomach, have some refreshments, and come back in next half an hour sharp. Thank you so much, and look forward to see you for the evening. Thank you.